there with us?
Yeah, hi, Jason. Good morning. Yes,
right. You're found, because for a moment I thought you went missing, you know, Martin. I got very nervous.
I disappeared also.
Well, but you reappeared. You're here with us, just like the file. You are back with us.
Just like the file. That's why I tell you, these guys are good, man. They're really, really good, you know. So I expect by the end of the week, we will know where Bigfoot is located, where the Loch Ness Monster is, where Santa Claus really is, and the Easter Bunny, you know. So, you know, I imagine they would find them also. But, you know, on a serious note, Jason, one has to really wonder as to where this, you know, I mean, this bizarre, you know, story is really going. Because you look at what was released, and it was released on the letterhead of the Ministry of the Attorney General, you know, and it says from lead investigator Stanley John. So, I mean, there are questions that could be asked about that, you know, in terms of using the Attorney General's letterhead to issue something from him, you know, because if he is supposed to be an independent investigator, I don't understand how this communique from him could be on the Attorney General's stationery. All right, so let's just put that aside for the moment. You also have, when you look at the contents of it, it indicates that on 6th February, the Solicitor General, Ms. Carleen Senath, indicated that the file in question today was handed over to her. Handed over by whom? Handed over from where? How did this file that had been made to disappear or disappeared for years just suddenly surface the minute that you appoint investigators? So who handed it over? Where's the chain of command? Where did it come from? Where's the paper trail to show where it was logged, where it was recorded, where it was retrieved from in order to be handed over to Ms. Carleen Senath?
Martin, let me just ask really fast, because I was making mention earlier. I know that, yes, within the legal fraternity, obviously paper is still very much relevant, but aren't some of these documents backed up digitally on some kind of file?
Not only backed up digitally, Jason. Coming out of the pandemic, one of the things that the high judiciary pivoted to was electronic filing. So since from mid-2020 or thereabouts, somewhere around then, we've been doing electronic filing, electronic service of documents. So even if you don't have a physical file, you have an electronic file. You know, so even the notices that the court sends out, they are sent out electronically. So, you know, all of this hullabaloo and this, you know, grand mystery, this Agatha Christie type mystery about, you know, this missing file, it appears to be all smoke and mirrors, because at the end of the day, there's been no accounting for your electronic file. You saw in the Express on Sunday the detailed trails of several emails, email correspondences, emails with documents being served, emails acknowledging that they received the documents. So, I mean, come on, you are basically seeking to insult the intelligence of the population when you come out and you are waving around this thing, you know, and indicating, well, you know, this is all you had because you didn't have the file. And then, no, I think you're adding insult to injury by, you know, this release that we saw yesterday, that suddenly the file has been found. I mean, if this isn't a clear demonstration of, you know, gross incompetence within the belly and bosom of the Office of the Attorney General, I don't know what is.
Well, let me ask you,
don't know.
As we look to wrap things up, because we have the major network, well, the news update at 7, how would ultimately all of this impact the legal proceedings going forward?
Well, I mean, the point is, now that the file has been found, I imagine that the next twist in this, melodrama would be that the Attorney General's office would then now want to apply to the court to say, well, we've now found the file, so we are now seeking to apply to set aside the judgment because we were not aware of it because we didn't have a file. I mean, of course, all of that would be rubbished by the fact that you've had several electronic forms of communication, several acknowledgements along the way whereby persons were fully apprised of the matter and clearly they were aware, they participated in the assessment of damages. Nowhere in the judgment of Master Allen can you see anything that says, well, the state attorney said, well, we have been handicapped because we never had a file, or our file went missing, or a file disappeared. Nowhere on the record is that stated.
Well, Martin George, I'll tell you. I'm just going to tell you that, we're going to wrap things up, but we will stay on top of the story because I know you always make yourself available and you give us a chance to get a deeper understanding for the viewers and even, of course, myself. I thank you for the time. I'm glad that you were found. And let's see how things develop with the story.
Indeed. Yes. Thank you. And
all right,
good
Martin.
morning to you and your team.
Indeed. Martin George giving us some clarity on this.